Hello and welcome to Heaven's Mopars. What we got going on is my garage. The garage is going to be under construction soon, very soon. My wife is leaving. Let me come up here so I don't get run over. What we got going on is several different things. This is the gate that goes into the back of the house in the backyard. It is a very heavy gate. It is attached to some 2x4s that are just kind of scabbed together. You know, this one's nailed to that one. It's not even a 4x4 post. And so that is going to get fixed. Hi, Goldie. You want to say hi? I love you, honey. You have to get down right now, okay? Get down. I know you want to play. And Rusty, too. Hey, buddy. Oh, I love you, too. Okay. Sorry about that. Give the dog some loves. Here is my garage door. It is on rollers up here that the bearings are probably gone. My shoulder is about to go out each time I open the door. That's what I got going on. This was a one-car garage, and it had like a woodshed on this other side over here. And what they did was they cut the rafters, all three of them, and they extended the garage. Let me turn on some more lights. This darker board right there, where it stops right there, that's where they cut it, and then it starts from there and goes again. And they sistered in this bigger board and they just nailed into it. They did the same thing to this one going across, but with the this is all temporary. I just needed a place to throw stuff. Let's see if I can kill myself. Okay, but over here, right there, is here's the difference in concrete. This spot over here is a strip that goes all the way down where they probably had the woodshed or something against the building. And when they extended it, they cut it there, put that board in, extended it so that we can get a two-car garage. But what happened was there's concrete here that is about 1.5 inches to 2 inches lower than the big flat spot over here. The door was over here to bring a car in on the flat spot, but what they did was they cut the rail. It was a sliding door. They cut the rail off up there and capped it off, so that door is permanent. It won't open. But over here, this door opens out. It's a split door, and that's the only place you can bring the car in. But my floor is on my car right now is on jack stands so that the car doesn't sit crooked on my floor. The length of the car will only fit on this side of the garage, because over here, in order to do that, I'll come outside so you can see what's going on. I have a motion light. Let's see if I can turn it on. But right here, this needs to come out to here so that I can put a car on this side. And when I do that, I will have to move my bench. It will have to disappear. All that'll have to go. I have a stove. It will have to go so I can bring the car here. And so what I'm thinking about doing is taking the stove and putting it over here where it drops down. And then I'm gonna knock out this back wall here about 8 to 10 feet or so. So in that, I'll put my bench back there, so it'll free up all this space. And so that when you come out here to look, out back here, there's where my pipe comes out, and I'll extend this out to here and then put a bench back here. So I got that to do. Up above, my shingles from about here over, you may not be able to see them, probably about a 6 to 8 foot section. That whole part is just sliding off. It's the whole thing. So I need to rebuild my roof. I need to poke a hole on the other side to put my pipe going straight through the roof instead of coming out and over, because it builds creosote extremely fast. So I need to re-roof my garage. But then before I can do all that, everything ties into each other. What I need to do over here, well, let me back up. This 4x8 or whatever it is totally rotted right there. They put a metal cap over it to help the water drain off of it. There's a gap in my roof here in the carport. But what happens is this board here needs to come out, but it is, you know, it goes all the way through up above here. So that when we bring this wall out to here, it's going to end right where our gate opens up. So our gate is going to have to be moved over here. And so we'll put a post for the gate to sit on. We'll reconfigure the gate, make it different. But before I can take this down, this cable here wraps around that board that's rotted. It runs the whole length all the way down this to this board up here. But then there's a gap right here. I had a big, huge tree right there that I had cut down. They built the carport around the tree. The tree roots made my Challenger sit crooked. So I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. So I cut the tree down, had the stump ground out of the ground. I dug all the roots out of it all the way through here. You can see part of the ground where I tore it up. I put some asphalt in a bag and just tamped it down as hard as I could. So anyway, but because of that, this pole does not go through there anymore, and you can see where this end dropped lower than that side. They tried to reinforce the area that they cut out with these. They put a 4x4 on top of each of these. This one is sitting on this one. Put some lag bolts in there and have it sitting on stands, and then put like an A-frame structure in there to support this area. But with this cable going through here, right here, that cable goes around and wraps around this board here to keep it from being pushed out and collapsing. So what I'm going to do, I'm cleaning all this up to get it out of here so that I can take a 4x4 and go straight down from here and concrete that into the ground. Because these poles here, it's just got a simple little nail in it. This one, I don't know what they were thinking. I think they're just literally sitting on top of the ground. And so what I'm gonna do is put one on against the wall over there, you know, just distribute the weight, probably put one here somewhere, and then one on the end here. But tonight I'm gonna try to get this one in the ground, concrete it in, let it sit overnight, so that tomorrow when my nephew comes to help, we can start do some things. I don't want to take the pressure off that cable until I have all of these set so that it can't go anywhere. And then I will figure something out here. I'll do the same thing over here. Put a pole on the very end of this. I'll just leave all of that. I'm not taking any of that out. But I do need to take that cable off so that I can do all this. But with this, we couldn't really do anything to this gate because we have dogs. And once we take this out, we're gonna have to make some kind of a temporary wall here. So what I did was I had to build that door and stain it and everything and install it so that we could have a working front door. That took all summer to do this door. I cut those dentals, made all those, and stained it and everything. So it's in now. Now we have a locking door. We can come through the front door now. So now I can tear apart this back door, this back gate, and do all that. Yeah, it's funny how one thing leads to another. I got to do this before I can do that, and I can, once I do this, then I can do that, and it's like just a big puzzle. So that's the debacle with my garage. We will make this a functional garage because I have two Cudas. There's one right there. It's a 72 340 car. And I also have one on the other side of my garage, the wall here. That one is literally folding in half. Stay ready. And what I want to do is cut that car in half. There's the Cuda that's folding in half. That's another numbers matching 340 car. But what I need is a level floor in my garage so that when I cut this in half, I can put it together and have a square car. It's my old roommate's motorcycle. It needs to go like a long time ago. So anyway, that's my garage. Now I got to figure out where to put all this stuff and everything else. Oh, and one more thing. This behind this tarp is a sliding door. It's on a track on the outside, and it slides open because at one time that's how they got a car through into the backyard. So what I want to do is take that door off so that, and then we got to reframe all that because we're, you know, that'll be a bearing wall now for our extension. And I want to put that sliding door on this side so that it slides open to go over there. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I need to finish putting this floor in. I only got 2 days worth of work into this car. That's tearing the floor out and getting this one in. A couple more days, maybe a week or two. Well, I got some patches to make on the firewall down low, stuff like that, and then I could have that done, then this car could go. But anyway, fun times.